Hey everybody, Jake here. Welcome back to Movie Smoothie, where today we are kind of going out of our comfort zone a little bit and we're talking about Smiling Friends Season 2, everything we know about it so far. I know it's been fun doing all the Rick and Morty updates here on this page, but it's time to talk about some more Adult Swim shows, I think. Let's talk a little bit about Smiling Friends Season 2. Now, before we get into this, if you guys can like this video and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers. Alright, so getting into this. Smiling Friends is obviously one of the bigger hits over on Adult Swim. Obviously, I don't think Rick and Morty is going to be dethroned anytime soon, with its 10 seasons unraveling before us, with Season 6 slowly having its episodes come out week after week, which has been nice and very fun. You can check out my reviews of those on this page. But another show that I really appreciate and have just really enjoyed the first season of was Smiling Friends, that came out, I believe, earlier this year. I just got into it recently. I didn't even know this was a thing until maybe like a month or two ago, and I binged the whole thing. I love it. It is so funny, and the way that it's such a simplistic formula for an adult animated show, opposed to some of the other things we have nowadays. It's nice. It's kind of refreshing. It feels like a return to form in a sort of way when it comes to adult animated humor, and I just had an absolute blast with how simplistic and fun this show can really be. Now, Smiling Friends creators Zach Hadel and Michael Cusack answered several questions about the series and its future, including possible plans for expanding past the franchise beyond the show itself at the Adult Swim Festival 2022. Now, they kind of confirmed that the show is still in its infancy, obviously, only with a single season to its name, but they both have an interest in adapting the show into a feature-length film, possibly even a video game. Imagine how fun that would be to play as like Charlie and Pim or something. You're just running around like helping people out, you know, just making them smile. That could be really fun. And you can just see like really dark and messed up situations, like what's going on with Desmond. He just constantly has a gun to his head the entire episode. That's so funny. But speaking of characters, I know that it kind of seems like they're getting away from some of the older characters from Season 1, and they want to move on to new characters in Season 2, even though, yes, I would love a continuation of the Mr. Frog episode, which was probably my favorite from the whole season. But Cusack says in a quote, "You're gonna see crazy characters, you're going to see insane stuff. It's going to be a continuation of Season 1 without feeling too repetitive. It's an interesting show dynamic where it's like, alright, they're helping sad people, but we don't want to make it like they're helping a guy that's gonna kill himself every episode. It's a challenge to have it be more of a sandbox show where you can see these interesting characters and different areas of the town or world. I know I'm totally going around it because we want to keep it a secret, but you'll basically see a bunch of new characters." So that's confirmation right there that yes, they will be hitting on new characters this season, but also not retreading the same ground as what they did in Season 1. Now, I have a few thoughts on that, because like I said earlier in this video, I really do appreciate the simplistic nature of this show. It's not Rick and Morty where it's like boundlessly sci-fi crazy like plot line going on the entire time. Not every episode of Rick and Morty it's almost kind of expected to see something really smart and really out there plot-wise, or having some kind of pop culture reference. That's Rick and Morty's thing, and that's great, and I'm so glad that's a part of Adult Swim. It's one of my favorite adult animated shows right now. But what's great about Smiling Friends is it is kind of its own thing. It's more simplistic in nature, and that's okay. I think that's what's so great about these two shows coexisting in success over on Adult Swim together. It's kind of like you have both, the best of both worlds. You have this very overcomplicated meta, and not overcomplicated, but very complicated and meta show as in Rick and Morty, which is a lot of fun and very silly and goofy, but also smart and emotional. But then you have Smiling Friends that it takes a different approach to that. Yes, it is very goofy, and there are some very lowball, hilarious jokes, like adult animated humor and all that. But then it also gets emotional at points, but in a completely different way than what Rick and Morty does. My concerns with this quote is I just really hope they're not looking at the other shows on the similar network and being like, oh shit, we have to be like that. I hope they just keep doing their own thing. They have their own brand of humor, their own brand of things that they want to touch on. If there's certain emotions they want to express in episodes, certain social commentary they want to do in certain episodes, which we already saw in Season 1, yeah, like, do that. Do your own thing. You don't have to do exactly what Rick and Morty's doing. You don't have to tell this big, grand story throughout seasons like how Rick and Morty is doing in its 6th season. I love that Rick and Morty is doing that. It's no diss towards them, but there's multiple different ways to write a good adult animated show. And Smiling Friends is onto something very new and very creative that I hope they don't get off of that track. I hope yes, I hope they don't retread the same ground as they did in season 1, but I also hope that they do something fun and their own thing with season 2 and don't just try to make it Rick and Morty, where it's this continuous, like, non-episodic plot line going through an entire new season. Smiling Friends doesn't need to do that. I love that it's simplistic in nature. It's just about guys helping people smile and helping people be happier with their lives. They solve problems. It's a very fun, simple concept for a show, and the characters and voice actors are phenomenal. I can't wait. We really don't know too much about season 2, but we did get a new episode recently, episode 9, The Smiling Friends Go to Brazil. I was gonna do an entire review. Wow, I just could not think of the word review for some reason. But I was gonna do a whole review on Smiling Friends Go to Brazil, which was a phenomenal episode. It's presented as this wonderful vacation. After a long season of television, Charlie basically died. All of this really tough stuff happened to our characters that was really traumatizing. They need a bit of a vacation. So what happens when they go to Brazil? Well, Pim fucks everything up. It is very fun, very hilarious episode. I really enjoyed it. I won't say any more than that if you haven't seen it already. I would highly recommend checking this thing out over on Hulu or HBO Max, though, if you haven't seen it yet. It's a great little cap to this first season, and I had a blast with this last episode. Nothing really super significant. It's basically just all set up for one big joke, but I had a blast with it. Smiling Friends Go to Brazil, the exclamation point and everything. Oh, it's just the cherry on top of what is basically a shit sandwich, but it's very funny. I love it. It's good. It's a great episode. There's some more things that were revealed at this Adult Swim Festival 2022, including how the location is based off of a lot of the places the creators grew up, which I think is really cool, but nothing really that elaborates more on what season 2 is going to be. They're still in the developmental phase for this new season, and not too much has been released about it. Basically, everything I'm telling you is what I could find online from the most part. So, unfortunately, there's not too much else to talk about when it comes to Smiling Friends season 2. Not even a release date, nothing. Still just in development. Hopefully we get it sometime soon, maybe next year. I mean, they're pumping out seasons of Rick and Morty year after year now, so we've already got that confirmed. I talked about that in a previous Rick and Morty season 6 update, so maybe we'll get a new season of Smiling Friends sometime next year. That would be pretty exciting, and I would be so down for a new season of that to see what Pim is up to especially. He's probably my favorite character. The guy's just so cute, so innocent. He's like the SpongeBob to in this universe or whatever. That's kind of a weird comparison, but it does in a lot of ways feel like an adult SpongeBob, and I think that's just what I love so much about it. Has like that same humor, just like really twisted into this dark realm that's way darker, way funnier for that reason too, and I just love it. I can't get me enough dark humor. I love me some horror movies too. It's right up my alley. It's great stuff. But what did you guys think about Smiling Friends season 1, and are you excited for Smiling Friends season 2? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching this video over on Movie Smoothie. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, do all of that crap. I would appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching again, and peace out.